Hello player, today we will analyze the match between Mihail with the white pieces and Alexandru Sorin Segal with the black pieces. c4. f5. Knight f3. Knight f6. g3. d6. d4. e6. Bishop g2. Bishop e7. Kingside castling. Kingside castling. Knight c3. c6. Queen c2. f5. e4. f captures on e4. Knight captures on e4. Bishop d7. This move was inaccurate, the best move was knight captures on e4. For example, knight captures on e4. Queen captures on e4. e5. d captures on e5. Bishop f5. Queen e2. d captures on e5. Knight captures on e5. Queen e8. With an advantage for white. Bishop d7. h4. This move was inaccurate, the best move was knight captures on f6. For example, knight captures on f6 check. Bishop captures on f6. Bishop f4. With a decisive advantage for white. h4. Knight a6. The evaluation became 2.3, this was a serious mistake, the best move was knight captures on e4. For example, knight captures on e4. Queen captures on e4. e5. With an advantage for white. Knight a6. Knight from f, g5. g6. Bishop h3. This move gives back part of the advantage, the best move was rook e1. For example, rook e1. d5. Knight captures on f6 check. Bishop captures on f6. Knight f3. Knight b4. Queen e2. d captures on c4. Queen captures on c4. Bishop g7. a3. With a decisive advantage for white. Bishop h3. Queen c8. This move was inaccurate, the best move was e5. For example, e5. Bishop e6 check. King g7. Bishop captures on d7. Queen captures on d7. d captures on e5. d captures on e5. Knight captures on f6. Rook captures on f6. Bishop e3. Queen f5. Queen e2. Rook from f, f8. With an advantage for white. Queen c8. Rook d1. e5. This move was inaccurate, the best move was knight captures on e4. For example, knight captures on e4. Queen captures on e4. Knight c7. With a decisive advantage for white. e5. Bishop captures on d7. This move was inaccurate, the best move was d captures on e5. For example, d captures on e5. Knight captures on e4. Bishop captures on d7. Queen captures on d7. Knight captures on e4. d5. Bishop g5. With a decisive advantage for white. Bishop captures on d7. Knight captures on d7. h5. This move gives back part of the advantage, the best move was queen e2. For example, queen e2. f4. Bishop d2. With a decisive advantage for white. h5. Queen e8. The evaluation became 2.0, this was a serious mistake, the best move was d5. For example, d5. c captures on d5. Knight b4. Queen c3. Knight captures on d5. Queen d3. Queen e8. With an advantage for white. Queen e8. Knight e6. G captures on h5. This move was inaccurate, the best move was e captures on d4. For example, e captures on d4. Knight captures on f8. Bishop captures on f8. Rook captures on d4. Knight b4. Queen d1. c5. Rook captures on d6. Bishop captures on d6. Knight captures on d6. Queen e6. Bishop f4. Knight e5. With a decisive advantage for white. G captures on h5. Knight captures on f8. Queen captures on f8. c5. This move gives back part of the advantage, the best move was d captures on e5. For example, d captures on e5. Knight captures on e5. Queen e2. Knight g4. Bishop f4. With a decisive advantage for white. c5. Knight b4. The evaluation became 2.6, this was a serious mistake, the best move was d5. For example, d5. Knight d6. Queen f6. With an advantage for white. Knight b4. Queen b3 check. This move was inaccurate, the best move was queen e2. For example, queen e2. d5. a3. Knight a6. Queen captures on h5. d captures on e4. Queen g4 check. King h8. Queen captures on d7. Rook d8. Queen g4. E captures on d4. b4. Queen f3. Queen captures on f3. E captures on f3. Rook b1. With a decisive advantage for white. Queen b3 check. d5. a3. King h8. The evaluation became 3.1, this was a serious mistake, the best move was queen f5. For example, queen f5. A captures on b4. Queen captures on e4. Queen e3. Queen g4. Rook e1. e4. With an advantage for white. King h8. Knight d6. White's victory. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and leave your suggestions.